Today we are doing another episode of which brand is faster in GTA 5. Today we're going to be testing out Honda versus Toyota to see which one is truly the fastest. Before we get into the video, let's take a look at which cars are going to be going up against each other. We'll have the Karin Futo going up against the Blista, the Jester Classic going up against the Sugoi. We'll have the Prius in GTA 5 going up against the Blista Compact. And then for some real cars, we'll have the Toyota 86 going up against the Honda S2000. And then we'll also have the 2020 Toyota Supra going up against the Jester, which is the Honda or Acura NSX. So now that we know all the vehicles that are going to be racing today, they are all lined up on the drag strip and ready to go. So hope you enjoyed the video, and without further ado, let's get into it. Taking a look at our first two competitors here, we have the Karin Futo based off the Toyota AE86 Levine. It weighs 900 kilograms, it has 119 mph top speed, it's rear-wheel drive, it has a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine producing 128 horsepower and 109 pound-feet of torque. Going up against the Dinka Blista. The Blista Canjo actually kind of got glitched out, so I couldn't use it in this video, but the Blista is still pretty decent. Based off a second-gen Civic Type R hatchback, it weighs in at 1,200 kilograms, it's front-wheel drive, it has 104 mph top speed, it has a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 197 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque. Let's see what happens. That was a pretty decent race. The Futo obviously took the W. It beat out the Dinka Blista by just over 1 second, which now makes the scores 1-0 for Toyota. Next up to the line, we have the Jester Classic based off of a Toyota Supra Mark IV. It has 119 mph top speed, it weighs in at 1,600 kilograms, it's rear-wheel drive, it has a twin-turbo 2JZ straight 6 engine producing 320 horsepower and 315 pound-feet of torque. Going up against the Sugoi, based off of a Civic Type R in real life, it has 119 mph top speed as well, it's front-wheel drive, it weighs in at 1,300 kilograms, it has a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder, producing 320 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. Let's see what happens. That was actually a very close race. The Toyota Supra or the Jester Classic beat out the Sugoi by 0.08 seconds. Extremely close, but it still counts as a W for the Supra, making the scores 2-0 now for Toyota. Next up to the line, we have this Toyota Prius thing in GTA 5. I don't know how to pronounce its real name, but anyways, it weighs 1,400 kilograms. It has a top speed of 88 mph. It's front-wheel drive. Now, in game, it actually has an electric motor. In real life, it would have a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder producing 120 horsepower and 105 pound-feet of torque. Going up against the Blista Compact, based off of the Honda CRX in real life, it has 103 mph top speed, it weighs 1,050 kilograms, it's front-wheel drive, it has a 1.5 liter VTEC inline 4-cylinder engine producing 150 horsepower and 112 pound-feet of torque. Let's see what happens. Once again, a very close race. The Honda CRX or the Blista Compact beat out the Prius by 0.09 seconds. Very close, but it counts as a W, making the scores 2-1 now for Toyota. Next, we got some real cars, the Toyota 86. Now this thing only weighs 1,200 kilograms, it has 130 mph top speed. It has a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 205 horsepower and 205 pound-feet of torque. It's also rear-wheel drive. Going up against the Honda S2000, this thing weighs 1,200 kilograms, it's rear-wheel drive. It has a 2.2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine producing 237 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque with a 160 mph top speed. It's going to be pretty interesting. Let's see what happens between the Honda S2000 and the Toyota 86. Now that was a pretty insane race. You saw the S2000 absolutely smoked the 86 on the launch, but that 86 really picked it up and ended up beating it at the very end there by just under a second, which is pretty insane, making the scores now 3-1 for Toyota. Last up to the line, we have the Jester based off of the Acura/Honda NSX. It has 118 mph top speed, it weighs 1,300 kilograms, it's all-wheel drive, it has a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 producing 573 horsepower and 476 pound-feet of torque with a 191 mph top speed. Going up against the Toyota Supra from 2020, now the clip kind of glitched out here, that's why the camera angle is, just normal. Anyways, it has a 3-liter turbocharged inline-6 engine producing 335 horsepower and 365 pound-feet of torque. It has a 155 mph top speed, weighing it at 1,500 kilograms, and it's rear-wheel drive. This is the final race. Let's see what happens. Well, that was a very, very close race. The Jester ended up beating out the Supra by 0.03 seconds, which is just insane. Definitely the closest times in this entire video, making the final scores 3-2 for Toyota. Anyways, that is pretty much going to wrap up the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see another episode of this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Comment down below which brands you want me to put up against each other next. And if you want to check out some of the other videos I did on this, the links are down below in the description. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. By the way, be sure to check out DigiZani. They'll hook you up with tons of discounted games, gaming accessories, discounted gift cards, and in-game currency for dozens of your favorite games. Don't forget to use code Frolics at checkout for a 10% discount.